If you're lying in bed right now, feeling the weight of the day still pressing on your shoulders, if your body aches from tiredness, your heart carries unspoken pain, or your mind just won't quiet down, you're not alone. So many of us end the day exhausted, needing more than just sleep. We need healing, true inner peace, and deep rest that restores us completely. The Bible promises exactly that. In Matthew 11:2008, Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Tonight, let's come to Him together. This powerful bedtime prayer is for you, for healing in every area that hurts, for the deep inner peace only God can give, and for the kind of restful sleep that leaves you refreshed and renewed when morning comes. As you listen, simply breathe deeply and let these words become your own. Release every worry, every ache, every heavy thought into His hands. Many who pray this every night share that they fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, and wake up feeling lighter, because they've placed everything in the hands of the great healer. You don't have to carry it all anymore. Let go, and let God restore you as you rest. Heavenly Father, I come to you just as I am, without pretending, without hiding, without trying to be strong anymore. You see me lying here. You know the long hours of this day, the things that drained me, the moments that hurt more than I expected, the words I didn't say, and the tears I held back. You know the ache in my body, the tightness in my chest, the racing thoughts that refuse to slow down. Tonight, I choose to obey your invitation to come to you weary and burdened. I lay everything at your feet because you promised rest, and I believe your word is true. Lord, as I lie here, I ask you to gently quiet my nervous system. Let your peace flow through my body like a warm, healing river. Where my muscles are tense, soften them. Where my breathing is shallow, deepen it. Where my heartbeat feels restless, slow it with your calming presence. I invite your Holy Spirit into every part of me, my thoughts, my emotions, my physical body, and my soul. Cover me with your peace that surpasses all understanding, the kind of peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, but rests in who you are. Father, you know the places in me that hurt the most, the wounds no one else sees. You know the disappointment I carry, the grief that lingers, the fear that whispers when everything gets quiet. Tonight, I bring those hidden places into your light. I ask you to heal what is broken inside me. Heal the memories that still sting. Heal the words that were spoken over me that never should have been said. Heal the shame, the guilt, the self-doubt that weighs heavy on my heart. Replace them with truth, with love, with your gentle voice reminding me that I am held, known, and deeply cherished. God, I surrender every worry about tomorrow. I release the plans, the deadlines, the responsibilities, the unanswered questions. I acknowledge that I cannot control everything, and I don't need to. You are already in my tomorrow, preparing the way, making provision, and guiding my steps. Tonight, I choose trust over fear. I choose faith over anxiety. I choose rest over striving. I place tomorrow fully into your capable hands. Lord Jesus, you are the Prince of Peace, and I invite your peace to reign in my mind right now. Silence the noise of overthinking. Quiet the replaying conversations, the imagined scenarios, the fears of what might go wrong. Replace every anxious thought with your truth. Remind me that I am safe in your presence. Remind me that you are near. Let my thoughts become gentle and slow, like a calm sea under a quiet sky. Father, I ask for healing in my body. You created every cell, every nerve, every system within me. You know exactly where healing is needed. I ask you to touch places of pain, inflammation, weakness, or fatigue. Bring restoration where my body feels worn down. Strengthen what feels fragile. Renew what feels depleted. Let your healing power flow through me even as I sleep, doing what no medicine or effort can fully accomplish. I trust that you are at work, even when I cannot see it. God, I lift up my heart to you. You know the emotional weight I've been carrying, the sadness I haven't named, the frustration I've tried to push away, the loneliness that sometimes creeps in when the day ends. Tonight, I allow myself to feel, knowing you are not afraid of my emotions. Sit with me in them, hold me through them. Gently lift the heaviness from my chest and replace it with hope. Remind me that this season does not define me, and this pain is not the end of my story. Lord, your word says that you give rest to those who trust in you. As it is written in Psalm 4:8, you allow us to lie down and sleep in peace, for you alone make us dwell in safety. Tonight, I choose to dwell in that safety. I choose to believe that as I close my eyes, you are watching over me. Your angels stand guard around my room. Your presence fills this space with peace and protection. There is nothing I need to fear. Father, forgive me for the ways I've tried to carry everything on my own. Forgive me for the moments I forgot to lean on you, for the times I believed I had to be strong without you. Tonight, I return to you with humility. I acknowledge my need for you. I need your guidance. I need your comfort. I need your healing. And I thank you that you never turn me away when I come to you honestly. Lord, wash over me with your love. Let it sink deep into my heart, deeper than words, deeper than thoughts. Let me feel your nearness. Let me sense that I am not abandoned, not forgotten, not alone. Even in this quiet room, you are here. Even in the stillness of night, you are working. Even in my weakness, your strength is present. God, I release every burden I've been carrying for other people, the worry for loved ones, the concern for situations I cannot fix, the responsibility I feel to hold everything together. Tonight, I place each person, each situation, each unresolved issue into your hands. You love them more than I ever could. You are able to do far more than I can imagine. I trust you to care for what concerns me. Father, prepare my body and mind for deep, restorative sleep. Let my breathing become slow and steady. Let my eyelids grow heavy with peace, not exhaustion. Let my mind drift gently into rest, free from fear or tension. As I sleep, renew my strength, restore my energy, heal my heart, align my thoughts with your truth. Let this sleep be a gift from you, sweet, uninterrupted, and full of your presence. Lord, if there is anything in my heart that needs to be released before I rest, bring it gently to the surface. Help me to forgive where forgiveness is needed. Help me to let go where holding on only causes pain. Help me to trust you with the parts of my life that feel uncertain. I don't want to carry anything into sleep that you are asking me to give to you. God, thank you for being my refuge at the end of this day. Thank you for listening to this prayer. Thank you for caring about every detail of my life, even the ones that seem small. Thank you for your patience, your mercy, and your unfailing love. As I drift into sleep now, I do so wrapped in your peace, confident in your care, and secure in your presence. I rest in you tonight, trusting that as my body sleeps, you continue to heal, restore, and renew me, carrying me gently into the next part of this prayerful rest. And as I continue resting in you, Lord, I sense the quiet deepening. The world outside grows distant, and my awareness settles into this sacred moment between waking and sleep, where your voice feels closer and your presence more tangible. In this stillness, I choose not to rush away. I choose to remain with you, to listen with my heart rather than my ears, trusting that even now you are speaking life, comfort, and truth into the deepest places of my soul. Father, thank you that you are not a God who sleeps or turns away in the night. Thank you that while my body grows tired, you remain fully attentive. Your word reminds me of this truth, as it is said in Psalm 121, that you who watch over me neither slumber nor sleep. Knowing this brings relief to my spirit. I don't have to stay alert. I don't have to keep watch. I don't have to hold everything together through the night. You are already doing that for me. Lord, I hand you my subconscious thoughts, the ones I don't even fully understand, the ones that sometimes surface as unease or restless dreams. Cleanse them with your truth. Where fear has planted seeds, uproot them gently. Where old pain still echoes, quiet it with your love. Let my mind be renewed even as I sleep, aligned with your promises rather than past hurts or future worries. Guard my thoughts, even in rest, so that my sleep becomes a place of healing rather than struggle. Jesus, I thank you that you understand human weakness so intimately. You know what it is to feel weary, to be misunderstood, to carry emotional weight. Because of this, I trust you completely with my heart tonight. I don't need to explain myself to you. You already know. You already understand. Sit with me in this quiet moment and let your compassion wash over me like a soft blanket, covering every place that feels exposed or fragile. Lord, I invite you into my breathing. With every inhale, I receive your peace. With every exhale, I release tension, stress, and control. Slowly, gently, my body responds to your presence. My shoulders drop. My jaw unclenches. My stomach softens. I am safe enough to relax now. I am loved enough to rest. I am held enough to let go. Father, if there are parts of my life where I've been striving instead of trusting, reveal them with kindness, not condemnation. Show me where I've been carrying burdens you never asked me to bear. And tonight, help me lay them down without guilt or fear. I don't need to earn rest. I don't need to deserve peace. These are gifts you freely give to your children, and tonight I receive them with gratitude. God, I bring before you the quiet griefs, the losses that aren't always visible, the dreams that didn't unfold as hoped, the relationships that changed or ended. These things linger in the heart, especially at night. I ask you to meet me there. Comfort me in ways words cannot. Heal the disappointment that still aches. Restore hope where resignation has settled in. Remind me that even when things don't make sense, you are still writing a story of redemption. Lord, I thank you that nothing I'm feeling tonight surprises you. My sadness does not push you away. My doubts do not offend you. My exhaustion does not disappoint you. Instead, you draw closer. You are gentle with the weary, patient with the struggling, and tender with the hurting. Let me feel that tenderness now. Let me rest in the truth that I am fully accepted, even in my weakness. Father, I ask you to bless this room with your presence. Let it be a sanctuary of peace. Let every shadow be filled with light, every corner touched by your calm. If there has been heaviness here, lift it. If there has been anxiety here, replace it. Let this be a place where rest comes easily, where sleep is sweet, and where your peace reigns. Jesus, I choose to trust you with my identity. I release the false labels I've carried. Not enough, too much, unworthy, behind, failing. I let them fall away. I cling instead to your truth. You call me loved. You call me chosen. You call me redeemed. You call me yours. Let these truths settle deeply into my heart as I drift towards sleep, shaping how I see myself even when I'm not conscious. Lord, your word tells us in Isaiah 26 that you keep in perfect peace those whose minds are stayed on you, because they trust in you. Tonight, I fix my mind on you, not on my mistakes, not on my fears, not on my to-do list. I anchor my thoughts in who you are, faithful, loving, powerful, kind. And as I do, I receive the peace you promise, steady and unshakable. Father, if my sleep has been restless in past nights, I ask for restoration tonight. Break cycles of insomnia, anxiety, or fear associated with rest. Retrain my body to trust the night again. Teach my nervous system that it is safe to power down, safe to release control, safe to rest deeply. Let this night mark a turning point toward healthier, more peaceful sleep. God, I surrender my need to understand everything. Some questions don't have answers yet. Some prayers haven't been answered the way I hoped. Tonight, I lay those mysteries at your feet. I choose peace over clarity, trust over certainty. I believe that you are good, even when life is confusing. I believe that you are working, even when I cannot see it. Lord, I thank you for the small mercies of this day, the moments of kindness, the breaths I took without thinking, the strength that carried me through. Gratitude softens my heart and prepares me for rest. Thank you for sustaining me. Thank you for being present in ways I noticed and in ways I didn't. Thank you for never leaving me to face anything alone. Jesus, as my consciousness begins to fade, I entrust myself fully to you. I trust you with my body as it sleeps. I trust you with my soul as it rests. I trust you with my life as it continues unfolding. Hold me through the night. Watch over me with love. Let my sleep be deep and undisturbed, filled with your peace. And if I wake during the night, Lord, let my first thought be of you, not of worry. Let your presence greet me before fear has a chance to speak. Remind me that you are still here, still watching, still caring, and gently guide me back into rest. Father, I end this part of my prayer not with striving words, but with quiet trust. I don't need to say more. I don't need to do more. I simply rest in you now, allowing your peace to carry me deeper into healing, deeper into rest, deeper into your loving presence, as this prayer continues to unfold within me. Father, in this sacred stillness, I acknowledge that nighttime often reveals what daytime keeps hidden. When distractions fade, the heart speaks more clearly. So tonight, I listen with honesty. I bring you the truths I sometimes avoid, the fears I minimize, the longings I downplay, the exhaustion I normalize. I no longer pretend I am fine when I am not. I don't rush to fix myself. I simply come to you, knowing you welcome me exactly as I am. Lord, you know the places where my strength feels thin. You know where I've been giving more than I have, where I've been pouring out without being refilled. Tonight, I stop striving. I stop proving. I stop pushing. I receive. I receive rest as a holy gift. I receive peace as a divine promise. I receive healing as an act of your grace, not my effort. God, I ask you to tend to my heart as a gentle gardener tends fragile plants at night, unseen, unhurried, precise. Remove what does not belong, strengthen what is weak, restore what has been trampled. Let your love reach places I have forgotten how to care for. Heal me, not only where I hurt, but where I've grown numb, where I've learned to survive instead of live. Jesus, I bring you my weariness. Not just physical tiredness, but soul-deep fatigue. The kind that comes from long seasons of waiting, from unanswered prayers, from trying to stay hopeful when disappointment repeats itself. You see it all. And tonight, you do not ask me to explain or justify it. You simply invite me to rest in you. Just as it is written in Psalm 23, you restore my soul and lead me beside quiet waters. I let myself lie down there now, safe, unafraid, restored. Father, I release the pressure to be productive, even in my faith. I don't need to have the right words, the right feelings, or the right level of peace. I don't need to solve anything tonight. I don't need to grow or improve or figure things out. I just need to rest. And in resting, I trust that you are still shaping me, still healing me, still guiding me. Lord, I bring you my body once more, this body that carries me through each day, sometimes faithfully, sometimes painfully. Thank you for it. Thank you for its resilience. Where it hurts, bring relief. Where it is inflamed, bring calm. Where it is exhausted, bring renewal. Let your healing flow gently, cell by cell, breath by breath. Let sleep itself become medicine, infused with your restoring power. God, I give you my emotions, the ones that feel overwhelming and the ones that feel confusing, the joy that feels distant, the sadness that comes without warning, the anger I don't always understand, the longing that aches quietly. I don't judge these feelings tonight. I simply offer them to you. Hold them with care. Bring balance where there is turmoil. Bring clarity where there is confusion. Bring peace where there is unrest. Father, I ask you to guard my heart during the night. Protect me from intrusive thoughts, from fear-driven dreams, from memories that resurface without invitation. If my mind wanders, gently guide it back to you. Let your presence be the atmosphere of my rest. Let your truth be the anchor of my thoughts. Let your peace be the rhythm of my sleep. Jesus, remind me that I am not defined by what I didn't finish today, what I didn't do well, or what still remains undone. My worth does not rise and fall with my productivity. My value is not measured by my performance. I am valuable because I am yours. Let that truth sink so deeply into my heart that it reshapes how I rest, how I wake, and how I live. Lord, I place my future into your hands, not just tomorrow, but everything beyond it. The paths I haven't walked yet, the decisions I haven't made, the changes I can't foresee. I release the need to anticipate every outcome. I trust that you will give me light for each step when the time comes. Tonight, I don't need the whole map. I only need peace. God, your word tells us in Proverbs 3 that when we lie down, we will not be afraid, and our sleep will be sweet. I hold on to that promise now. I reject fear. I reject restlessness. I receive sweetness of rest, gentle, deep, uninterrupted. Let my sleep be marked by safety, comfort, and quiet joy in your presence. Father, thank you for your patience with me. Thank you for walking with me even when my faith feels fragile. Thank you for staying close even when I struggle to feel you. Thank you for being steady when I am not. As I drift further into rest, let gratitude replace tension. Let trust replace worry. Let surrender replace control. Jesus, if there are tears I haven't shed, hold them for me. If there are prayers I don't have words for, intercede on my behalf. If there are needs I haven't recognized, meet them according to your wisdom. I trust you with the unseen and the unknown. Lord, I now allow my mind to grow quiet. Thoughts slow, breathing deepens, muscles soften. I no longer resist sleep. I welcome it as a gift from you. And as sleep comes, I remain secure in this truth. I am loved, I am protected, and I am never alone. I rest now, not just from the day, but in you, letting this prayer carry me gently forward, deeper into healing, deeper into peace, deeper into the safety of your presence, as the night continues to hold me in your care. Father, I thank you that even in sleep I remain yours. My awareness may fade, but your love does not. My thoughts may slow, but your faithfulness never does. You remain constant, steady, unchanging. Knowing this allows my soul to rest without fear. I don't need to stay alert. I don't need to protect myself. I am safe under your care. Lord, I bring you the quiet insecurities that surface when the day is over, the subtle doubts about my worth, my purpose, my direction. At night, these thoughts sometimes grow louder, but tonight I choose not to entertain them. Instead, I listen for your voice. A voice that does not accuse, rush, or shame. A voice that speaks gently and truthfully. A voice that reminds me that I am enough because you are enough. God, if there are parts of me that have been hardened by disappointment, soften them now. If I've built walls to protect myself from pain, show me how to rest without fear. Heal the places where I learned to brace instead of trust. Teach my heart that it is safe to relax in your presence, safe to hope again, safe to rest fully. Jesus, I remember that you calmed storms with a word, not only storms on the sea, but storms in the hearts of your followers. Speak that same calm into me now. Speak peace into every inner storm, the emotional turbulence, the mental unrest, the spiritual tension. Let your peace settle over me like still waters after the wind has passed. Father, I release comparison tonight. I release the habit of measuring my life against others, of wondering if I am behind or missing something. My journey is not meant to look like anyone else's. You are leading me in your time, in your way. I trust that where I am right now is not an accident. It is part of the process, part of the growth, part of the healing. Lord, your word reminds us, as it is said in Lamentations 3, that your mercies are new every morning. That means tonight is not the end. It is a doorway to renewal. Even as I sleep, you are preparing fresh mercy for me. Tomorrow does not depend on how today went. It depends on your faithfulness, and that never fails. God, I thank you that rest itself is an act of trust. By sleeping, I declare that I believe you are in control. I believe you will not miss anything important. I believe you can handle what I cannot. Tonight my rest is worship. My stillness is surrender. My sleep is a quiet confession of faith. Father, I lift up the places where I feel emotionally bruised, the interactions that drained me, the conversations that lingered uncomfortably, the moments I replay wishing I had responded differently. I give them to you now. Cleanse my mind of regret. Cover those memories with grace. Teach me gently through them, but do not let them steal my peace. Lord, I ask you to bless my dreams. Let them be calm and restorative, free from fear or disturbance. If you choose to speak through them, let your message be gentle and clear. If not, let my sleep be deep and uninterrupted. Either way, I trust you with my unconscious hours just as much as my waking ones. Jesus, thank you for your closeness. Thank you for being a God who meets me not only in strength, but in vulnerability. Not only in clarity, but in confusion. Not only in daylight, but in the quiet hours of the night. Your presence does not depend on my awareness. It is constant, faithful, and near. Father, as my body grows heavier with rest, I stop resisting the pull of sleep. I don't fight it. I welcome it. I let myself drift, knowing you remain with me. I don't need to hold on to these words tightly. They have already done their work. They have led me here, into peace, into trust, into rest. Lord, if there is healing still unfolding within me, continue it gently through the night. If there is renewal taking place, let it deepen. If there is peace settling into my soul, let it remain. I trust that what you begin, you faithfully complete. God, I am grateful, not because everything is perfect, but because you are present. Not because all answers are clear, but because your love is sure. Not because life is easy, but because I am not alone. Gratitude quiets my heart and prepares me for deep, nourishing rest. Father, I let my final conscious thoughts be simple and true. You are good. You are near. I am safe. I rest in you now, allowing this prayer to fade into stillness, trusting that even in silence, you are working, holding me, healing me, and carrying me gently through the night, wrapped in your unfailing peace. Father, in this quiet, I acknowledge how often I underestimate the power of rest. I forget that you designed sleep not as weakness, but as wisdom. You formed my body to need stillness, my mind to need pauses, my soul to need silence with you. Tonight, I honor that design. I stop fighting my limits and instead thank you for them. They remind me that I am human and that you are God. Lord, if there are parts of my heart that have been guarded for a long time, I invite you there now. Places shaped by disappointment, betrayal, or unmet expectations. Places where I learn to stay alert instead of at peace. You are gentle. You do not force your way in. You wait for invitation. And tonight, I open those doors slowly, trusting that you bring healing, not harm, light, not exposure, love, not judgment. Jesus, I remember that you once slept peacefully even during a storm, fully trusting the Father. Let that same trust settle into me now. The storms in my life may not be fully quiet yet, but my heart does not need to stay in panic. I choose to rest, knowing that you are still in the boat with me. Nothing is out of control when you are present. Father, I release the need to replay conversations or rewrite moments from today. What is done is done. What was said has been spoken. I place the outcomes into your hands. Where correction is needed, guide me tomorrow. Where healing is needed, begin it now. Where grace is needed, let it cover every imperfection. I refuse to punish myself through restless thinking. I choose peace instead, Lord. I thank you for knowing me completely. Not just who I am at my best, but who I am when I am tired, sensitive, and worn down. You do not love an ideal version of me. You love me right here, right now. That truth settles my heart and frees me from the exhausting need to perform. God, I place my identity securely in you tonight, not in my achievements, not in others' opinions, not in my failures or successes. I am who you say I am, and that is enough. Let that identity guard my heart as I sleep, shaping my dreams, my rest, and the way I wake. Father, your word tells us, as written in Psalm 127, that you grant sleep to those you love. I receive that promise now. Not as a theory, but as a gift. I allow sleep to come naturally, without pressure or fear. I trust that this rest is an expression of your love toward me. Lord, if there is loneliness lingering in my heart tonight, sit with me in it. Let your presence fill the empty spaces. Remind me that even when human connection feels distant, I am never unseen or unheard by you. You are closer than my breath, more constant than my thoughts, more faithful than my feelings. Jesus, I release control one last time. Control over how tomorrow unfolds. Control over how quickly healing happens. Control over how others respond. I loosen my grip and rest my open hands in yours. You are trustworthy. You are wise. You are kind. And you are more than capable. Father, as my body drifts deeper into sleep, let this be a holy rest. Let it be free from disturbance, free from fear, free from striving. Let it restore what the day has taken. Let it strengthen what has been weakened. Let it prepare me gently for what lies ahead, without anxiety or pressure. God, I no longer strive to stay awake. I no longer hold on to these words. They dissolve naturally into peace. And as they fade, your presence remains, steady, quiet, unshakable. I'm content to rest here, held by you, watched over by you, loved by you. I sleep now in trust, in safety, in peace, allowing this prayer to continue beyond my consciousness, carried not by my voice, but by your faithful care through every moment of the night, Father. There is a deep comfort in knowing that I don't need to be conscious to be cared for. I don't need to pray perfectly. I don't need to stay aware. You are attentive even when I am not. You read the prayers of my heart when words fall away. You understand my needs before I can name them. Tonight, I trust you beyond my awareness, beyond my effort, beyond my understanding. Lord, if my heart has been carrying unspoken prayers, the ones I never fully formed, the ones I stopped hoping for, the ones I was afraid to voice, I place them gently into your hands now. I don't explain them. I don't analyze them. I simply offer them. You know what they mean. You know where they come from. And you are compassionate toward every unspoken cry. God, I ask you to continue your healing work in the quiet places of my being. Heal patterns of fear that formed long ago. Heal reactions shaped by past pain. Heal the fatigue that has settled deep into my bones. Let healing come naturally, without force or urgency, like dawn slowly replacing night. I trust that your timing is perfect and your methods are gentle. Jesus, I thank you that you are near to the brokenhearted, as it is said in Psalm 34, and that you save those who are crushed in spirit. Tonight, if any part of my spirit feels bruised or weary, I trust that you are close, not distant, not distracted, not indifferent. Your nearness itself is healing. Your presence itself is comfort. Father, I release the fear of vulnerability. I don't need to stay guarded here. I don't need to brace myself for disappointment while I rest. I allow myself to soften fully, knowing you are trustworthy. Teach my heart that safety is not something I must create on my own. True safety is found in you. Lord, I surrender the internal noise, the self-criticism, the second-guessing, the endless evaluating. Those voices lose their authority here. Your voice is kinder, your truth is steadier, your love is stronger. As I sleep, let those harmful patterns weaken and fade, replaced by gentler thoughts shaped by your grace. God, I entrust my breathing to you. Each breath in is a reminder of your sustaining power. Each breath out is a release of tension. My body knows how to rest because you designed it that way. I don't rush sleep. I don't chase it. I simply allow it, trusting that rest will come naturally as I remain in your presence. Father, I bring you the places where I feel unseen or misunderstood, the moments when I felt overlooked or unappreciated, the times when my efforts went unnoticed. You see me fully. Nothing about me is invisible to you. Tonight, let that truth soothe the ache of feeling unseen. Let your knowing replace the need for validation. Jesus, if I have been carrying disappointment toward myself, I let it go now. I release unrealistic expectations. I release harsh judgments. I release the belief that I should be further along by now. You are patient with me. Teach me to be patient with myself. Growth takes time. Healing unfolds gradually, and you are not in a hurry. Lord, your word tells us in Isaiah 41 that we do not need to fear because you are with us, and that you uphold us with your righteous right hand. I hold on to that promise tonight. I am not falling into uncertainty. I am being upheld. Even in sleep, I am supported by your strength. Father, I thank you that my value does not decrease when I rest. I do not become less important when I stop doing. I do not lose worth when I become still. Rest is not absence, it is renewal. And tonight, I allow renewal to begin quietly, deeply, without resistance. God, I place my heart rhythms, my thoughts, my dreams into your care. Align them with peace. Protect them from disturbance. Let the atmosphere of my sleep be calm and secure. If I shift or stir, let it be gentle. If I dream, let it be light. If I sleep deeply, let it be restoring. Jesus, I no longer need to hold on to the edges of wakefulness. I trust you enough to let go completely. I drift now, not into uncertainty, but into rest shaped by love. I am not alone in this darkness. You are here, closer than ever, watching over me with steady care. Father, let this night be a quiet turning point, a moment where anxiety loosens its grip, where peace finds deeper roots, where my body learns again what it means to rest without fear. Let tomorrow rise from this night gently, carrying the fruit of this rest into every part of my being. And so I remain still, no longer striving, no longer speaking, no longer holding on, resting fully in you as this prayer continues softly beyond my awareness, carried by your presence, guarded by your love, and sustained by your peace throughout the night, Father. I sense how deeply you care for every part of me, even the parts I rarely acknowledge. The tiredness I've normalized, the emotional weight I've learned to carry quietly, the longing I've tucked away because it felt safer not to hope too much. Tonight, I let those places breathe in your presence. I don't rush them to heal. I don't demand answers. I simply allow you to be with me there, trusting that your nearness itself is already doing sacred work. Lord, I thank you that rest is not something I have to achieve. It is something I receive. I stop evaluating whether I am resting well enough. I stop monitoring my thoughts. I stop listening for signs of progress. I allow rest to be imperfect and still holy. Even drifting in and out of sleep is safe in your care. Even moments of wakefulness are covered by your peace. God, I bring you the quiet fear of vulnerability. The fear that if I fully relax, something might fall apart. I release that fear now. Nothing important depends on my constant vigilance. You are the one who sustains all things. You hold my life together far more faithfully than I ever could. I trust you to keep watch while I sleep. Jesus, you spoke to weary hearts with such tenderness. You never shamed exhaustion or dismissed pain. You welcomed those who were worn down, misunderstood, and overwhelmed. Tonight, I imagine myself resting in that same welcome. There is room for me here, room for my fatigue, room for my questions, room for my healing. I do not have to earn this rest. It is already offered. Father, I gently release the emotional residue of today, the tension that lingered after difficult moments, the heaviness that followed disappointment, the subtle stress that stayed in my body even after the day ended. I don't carry it into tomorrow. I lay it down here, trusting that you will transform it into wisdom, compassion, and growth in your time. Lord, I thank you that my body responds to your presence, that even without words, even without conscious intention, it knows how to soften, how to slow, how to rest. You designed it with wisdom. You understand it completely. As sleep deepens, continue to restore balance, strength, and calm throughout every system within me. God, I surrender the inner dialogue that tries to predict the future. The thoughts that jump ahead, imagining problems that haven't arrived yet. Tonight, I remain here, in this bed, in this breath, in this moment. Tomorrow does not need my attention yet. You will meet me there when the time comes. Father, your word reminds us, as it is written in Psalm 3, that we can lie down and sleep and awaken again because you sustain us. That truth anchors my heart now. I am sustained, not by my strength, but by yours. Not by my awareness, but by your faithfulness. Even in sleep, I am being carried. Lord, if I have been afraid of the night, afraid of silence, afraid of stillness, afraid of what might surface, gently reshape that association now. Let night become a place of safety again. Let darkness feel like rest, not threat. Let stillness feel like peace, not emptiness. You are present here, just as you are in the light. Jesus, I thank you for the way you heal slowly and deeply. Not just surface relief, but lasting restoration. Work in the layers of my being I cannot reach on my own. Heal what has been wounded over time. Restore trust where it was shaken. Strengthen hope where it has grown fragile. I trust your process even when I don't perceive it. Father, I release the need to be understood by everyone. I release the ache of feeling misread or unseen. You know me fully. You understand my intentions, my struggles, my heart. That is enough. Let your understanding quiet the longing for approval, and let your acceptance settle me into peace. God, I place my sense of purpose in you tonight, not in what I accomplish, but in who I belong to. My life has meaning because you are present in it. Even rest is meaningful when it is surrendered to you. Even sleep becomes sacred when it unfolds under your care. Lord, I allow my thoughts to grow simpler now. Fewer words, softer focus, deeper calm. I don't resist this quiet. I welcome it. Silence does not mean absence, it means trust, and I trust you. Father, if tomorrow brings challenges, I trust you to meet me there with fresh strength. If tomorrow brings joy, I trust you to help me receive it fully. If tomorrow brings uncertainty, I trust you to guide me step by step. Tonight, I don't need to prepare for any of it. Tonight is for rest. Jesus, thank you for being with me in this vulnerable state, when I am not strong, not articulate, not productive. Thank you for loving me when I am simply still. Let that truth reshape how I see myself, even beyond this night. God, I surrender completely now. Body, mind, heart, future. I do not hold on to the edges of consciousness. I let myself sink fully into rest, knowing you are here, knowing you are faithful, knowing I am safe. And as sleep takes me deeper, this prayer does not end. It simply becomes quieter, woven into my breathing, anchored in your presence, carried gently by your love, as you continue to heal, restore, and watch over me through every remaining moment of the night, Father. I rest in the truth that nothing about me is a burden to you. My needs do not overwhelm you. My healing does not exhaust you. My questions do not frustrate you. You are infinite in compassion, rich in mercy, and gentle in all your ways. Tonight, I allow myself to be small in your presence, not insignificant, but free from the pressure to be more than I am. Lord, if there are parts of my heart that still cling to worry out of habit, loosen their grip now. Worry has felt familiar, but it has never been a safe place. I release it slowly, without force, trusting that peace can take its place. Teach my heart new patterns, patterns of trust, rest, and surrender that grow stronger with each quiet night spent with you, Jesus. I thank you that you are not distant or abstract, but personal and near. You are acquainted with every struggle I face, every ache I feel, every silent prayer I carry. When I cannot articulate what I need, you already know. When I cannot reach for you, you are already reaching for me. This is the comfort that carries me deeper into rest. Father, I bring you the fear of not being enough, not doing enough, not becoming enough, not living up to expectations. Tonight, that fear loses its power. My worth is not something I must achieve. It is something you have already given. I rest in the assurance that I am fully known and fully loved, exactly as I am. Lord, your word reminds us, as it is said in Psalm 62, that my soul finds rest in you alone. I lean into that truth now, not in distractions, not in reassurance from the world, not in constant activity. My soul finds rest in you, steady, quiet, and deep. Let that rest sink beneath surface calm and reach the core of who I am. God, I surrender the places where I have tried to control outcomes to feel safe. Control has been a shield, but it has also been a weight. Tonight, I set it down. I trust your wisdom more than my planning. I trust your timing more than my urgency. I trust your care more than my vigilance. You are enough. Father, as sleep deepens, continue to realign my inner world with your peace. Let my thoughts grow fewer and softer. Let my emotions settle into balance. Let my body remain relaxed and supported. If I stir, let it be gentle. If I wake briefly, let it be without fear. I remain safe in your presence, whether awake or asleep. Jesus, I thank you for the gift of stillness. In a world that constantly demands attention, Stillness feels like grace. In stillness, I don't have to react or respond. I simply exist in your love. Let this stillness restore me in ways I won't fully understand until later. When I wake lighter, clearer, and renewed, Lord, I give you the longing for reassurance about the path ahead. Tonight, I don't need answers. I don't need signs. I don't need certainty. I only need you, and you are here. That is enough for this moment, and it will be enough when morning comes. Father, your word says in Isaiah, that in quietness and trust is our strength. I receive that strength now, not as energy to do more, but as peace to rest fully. Quietness wraps around me like a soft garment. Trust settles into my heart like a steady anchor. I am strengthened even as I sleep. God, I release the subtle fear of being forgotten in the stillness. I am never out of your sight. I am never beyond your reach. Even now you are attentive, intentional, and loving. Let that assurance cradle me as consciousness fades further. Jesus, thank you for staying. Thank you for not leaving when words run out. Thank you for being present beyond prayer, beyond awareness, beyond effort. Your faithfulness does not depend on my alertness. You remain constant through the deepest sleep. Father, if my heart has learned to associate rest with vulnerability, gently rewrite that story tonight. Let rest become associated with safety, healing, and trust. Teach me night by night that I can let go without fear, that nothing bad happens when I stop striving, that you are always enough. Lord, I no longer try to hold on to this prayer. It has served its purpose, guiding me here. Now I allow it to dissolve into quiet trust. The words fade, but your presence remains. The thoughts quiet, but your care continues. The night deepens, but your light does not dim. And so I remain, resting fully in you, body at ease, mind at peace, soul secure. As you continue to watch over me, heal me, and gently carry me through the night, wrapped completely in your love and perfect peace. Father, there is a sacred safety in this surrender. I am not losing myself. I am being restored. I am not fading. I am being gathered. Every breath I take is a reminder that you are near, that you are sustaining me moment by moment. Even now, when my thoughts are faint and scattered, you are fully attentive, fully loving, fully engaged in my care. Lord, I trust you with the parts of me that still feel unfinished, the healing that hasn't fully come yet, the clarity that hasn't arrived yet, the peace that sometimes feels fragile. I don't rush these things tonight. I don't pressure myself to be whole all at once. I rest in the truth that you are patient and your work in me is steady and sure. Jesus, I thank you that you meet me not only in strength, but in surrender. Not only in clarity, but in quiet. Not only in words, but in silence. You are the shepherd who watches over the sheep through the night, ensuring they rest safely. As it is said in Psalm 23, even in the darkest valley, I do not need to fear, because you are with me. That assurance settles deep within me now. Father, if there are parts of my heart still holding on to grief, let them soften in your presence. If there are memories that carry pain, cover them with your peace. If there are disappointments that still echo quietly, surround them with hope. You are gentle with my healing. You never rush what needs time. I trust you to care for every layer of my heart. God, I release the quiet pressure to wake up tomorrow feeling different, better, or fixed. Healing does not need to be proven overnight. Rest does not need to be measured. I trust that even if I don't feel immediate change, something sacred is happening beneath the surface. Seeds are being planted. Strength is being restored. Peace is taking root. Lord, I bring you my sense of identity once more. When I am asleep, stripped of roles, titles, and expectations, I am still yours. I am still loved. I am still valuable. Let that truth anchor my soul so deeply that it remains with me when I wake, shaping how I move through the world with gentleness toward myself. Jesus, I thank you for being my refuge, not a place I have to reach, but a presence I can rest in. As it is written in Psalm 46, you are our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Tonight, I rest in that ever-present help, confident that I am not exposed or unprotected, even in my most vulnerable state. Father, I entrust you with my heart rhythms, my dreams, my inner landscape. Let everything within me move in harmony with your peace. Let there be no striving, no resistance, no fear, just rest, just safety, just quiet belonging. God, if my body shifts or stirs, let it settle easily again. If my mind briefly awakens, let it return to rest without tension. Teach my whole being that the night is not something to endure, but something you redeem, a space where healing flows gently and rest comes naturally. Lord, I thank you that you do not waste anything, not even sleep. Even now you are restoring energy, repairing cells, calming my nervous system, and renewing my soul. I trust the unseen work you are doing. I trust the care you give when I am unaware. Jesus, I release the final traces of self-protection. I do not need to guard myself here. I do not need to stay alert. I do not need to hold back. I let myself be fully held, fully covered, fully at rest in you. Father, let this night leave its mark on me, not in memory, but in peace. Let me wake with a quieter mind, a softer heart, and a deeper trust in you. Let the fruit of this rest reveal itself gently throughout the day ahead. And now, there is nothing more to do, nothing more to say, nothing more to carry. I rest completely, body, mind, and soul, in your presence, trusting that you remain faithful through every breath, every moment, every quiet hour of the night, holding me securely until morning comes. Father, there is a sacred mystery in the way you work while we sleep. You mend what we cannot reach. You restore what we did not know was depleted. You bring order to places that felt tangled and unclear. I trust that even as my awareness fades completely, your hands remain steady and sure, shaping peace within me with loving precision. Lord, I thank you that I do not wake alone. Even before my eyes open, you are already there. Before my thoughts form, you are present. Before the day asks anything of me, you have already given what I need. As it is said in Psalm 143, you cause me to hear your loving kindness in the morning, for I trust in you. That promise begins now, even before sleep fully releases me into dawn. God, I let go of the idea that rest must feel a certain way to be effective. Whether this night has been deep or light, uninterrupted or gentle with awakenings, I trust that you have been present through it all. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has gone wrong. Your grace covers every moment, even the imperfect ones. Jesus, I place my first waking breath into your hands. Let it be calm, not rushed. Let it be hopeful, not heavy. Let it carry with it the residue of this peace, not as a fleeting feeling, but as a quiet strength that follows me into the day. May I wake grounded, not because life is easy, but because you are near. Father, I ask that the peace I have rested in tonight would remain with me, in my thoughts, in my reactions, in my conversations. Let it shape how I move through the hours ahead. When stress tries to return, remind me of this stillness. When worry tries to rise, remind me of this trust. When fatigue tries to overwhelm, remind me that I am not carrying life alone. Lord, your word tells us in Lamentations that because of your great love, we are not consumed, for your compassions never fail. They are new every morning. I receive that truth now, not just as a verse I know, but as a reality I live in. New mercy will meet me. New strength will be given. New grace will be sufficient. God, I thank you for this night. Not because it was perfect, but because you were present. Thank you for the quiet healing, the unseen restoration, the gentle reassurance that has settled into my soul. Thank you for being my refuge when the world grew quiet, and my strength when I let myself be still. Father, I no longer hold on to words. I no longer follow thoughts. I rest in the simplicity of belonging to you. Whether I remain asleep a little longer or begin to wake, I am safe. I am held. I am guided, and so without striving, without effort, without fear, I remain in you, carried from rest into renewal, from night into morning, from quiet prayer into lived trust, knowing that the same God who watched over me through the night will walk with me through the day ahead, faithfully, gently, and always. Lord, I ask all of this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.